Hey guys, what's up? So apparently there's like 1,000 of you that want to permanently hang with me, and I think that's pretty awesome. Well, I mean, not permanently, you can leave anytime, and I can leave anytime too, so hey, joke's on you. But that's cool. That's a fun little milestone. So yeah, let's work it to our advantage and get you into our guild, right? Right. So like I did the math here. Check it out. You can check my work. Yeah, so clearly, um, if we have 1,000 people hanging out, and even 1% decide to like join Grayskull, the guild that I am the leader of, that means like we should have 10 applicants by the end of the day, right? Right, come on. Just 1% of you want to be like, hey, I actually want to like give back to this person that just reads things and doesn't really give me a whole heck of a lot of help in this game, but likes the game, and for some reason I continue to hang out and chat. So in the videos, well, I'm the one chatting, but I like to think that you're kind of chatting back or whatever. Anyway, that's getting a little bit weird, but clearly by this math, we should have 10 applicants by tomorrow. So I will look forward to your resumes in my office. Just kidding, I don't even care about resumes. Just join up, man. You know, I can make room for 4 people. It looks like we've got 2 openings, but no, I can make room for 4. So just holler and drop in the Discord or apply in game, and hey, let's get you in, right? Let's hang for real. All right. Moving on, we are here to talk about the girl of the hour, Amnelis, right? She is the girl of the hour, and I will say I really enjoyed the story content, the relationship, the partnership between her and Gilgamesh. Okay, this might be a little spoiler alerty for those of you that have not finished part 2, or even like the entire interlude. So maybe either put me on mute and just watch all this play, or just find better things to do. I don't know, there's certainly got to be better things to do, but certainly read through the story because it's good stuff. And anyway, so now that I gave that disclaimer, I can talk about this freely, and you can't get mad at me. So cheers to that. I really feel like Amnelis brings so much like cool spirit to what's going on here. She's very, very different from my best girl Fisless in personality, but I feel like they both have a similar vibe of just like getting stuff done, like no hesitation, just like doing what's right, and I respect that. And they both kind of get sucked into a beast. So I had vibes there. In fact, again, spoilery picture coming your way, so you've been warned. Caught this screenshot, and if you zoom in, you might see something in the middle of that body there, and yeah, that's maybe someone who should get extracted from the scenario, because you know what? If we can go back in time and save anyone, or just save anyone, period. Sorry, Exia. I'm sorry. We talked about this in spoilery War of the Vision chat last night. But Exia, I'm sorry. I'm saving Amnelis like 2 times over you. Well, probably more times than that, but just saying. 1,000 times for all y'all hanging here. So anyway, she's my girl. So let us actually learn a little bit about her instead of just watching her little weird video on repeat while I rattle on. Here she is, the time drifting maiden, Amnelis. She's of course water element, just coming off Perrine. We just got Perrine, and so yeah, Amnelis wants to hang with Perrine and perhaps some of the other water characters you got. Asterisk is back on banner this week, although I really do hate those Crystal Warrior banners. But He's gettable. He's gettable if the getting is good and gets you want to get our Astrius. But let us just pause on that for a second and talk about her, because she's who we're here for. She is, let's see, a scientist. I don't know that I truly knew that she was a scientist. This is kind of cool to figure out. A scientist forcefully transported to Ardra from the future alongside Gilgamesh. Having a hand in developing the autonomous weapon Realm Scourge, she is fully aware of how terrifying it is. In an attempt to destroy Realm Scourge and return to her own world, she has repeatedly traveled to the past to change history. Now, I think a couple of things that are awesome to point out about both her and Gilgamesh, but I think we learn a little bit more like through her story than we did through Gilg's, is for any of y'all that played FFBE, there was like this whole like side story kind of thing, or like side mystery about what happened to Frostlord. And there are several hints within War of the Visions that suggest that, yeah, actually Gilgamesh is Frostlord. He's the missing Frostlord. And there are conversations between Amnelis and Gilgamesh that suggest that she, I think, is the one that created their armor. At least his like Gilgamesh-y armor right now. And she's a scientist, and that kind of makes sense. I'm not sure about the warrior, or not the warrior, but the Sworn 6 armor, because I felt like the telltale that like Frostlord had disappeared was that they found his armor. So she might not have created all their armor. But anyway, I don't know. That's stuff that we should probably talk about in like the lore or something like that. So again, just like join the Discord and the guild or whatever, and then get in there, jump in my spoiler revision, War of the Vision chat, and then like chat with us about it so we can figure out exactly what the details are. Because I'm a good reader of the story. Let me tell you, don't even think I'm not. But I do forget things. You know, it's been a while, right? All right. So. Again, here she is. Her main job is Rearguard Spellcaster class. It's a job with powerful abilities for hitting single targets or areas of effect, which can help its allies gain the advantage in battle with support such as magic barriers. So maybe she works really well with Celeste. Maybe they kind of... I don't think they could really cancel each other out, because Celeste is certainly a tank. And you can always build Celeste for defense, but I should not give you any tips unless you're joining Grayskull, so strike that. Alright, and then one sub job is Scholar. Actually, I really love both her sub jobs, I gotta say. I love Scholar, I love Arithmetician, but Scholar, Vanguard Spellcaster class, is a job that can bolster its defenses and debuff resistances to take advantage of its high physical attack resistance while fighting on the front lines. So I really love what's her name? Earth Girl. Oh man, sorry, Luell. That took me a second. Anyhow, I always really love using her and just Scholar class in general for the interesting, like it's like combination support attack stuffs. I think are pretty fun. Anyhow, let us look at next the Arithmetician class, which I also love. A job that has non-casting abilities that become more powerful depending on the height of the target and unit level. So yeah, this was like the original class in the game that gave those automatic hits, which now it seems like units more often than not do get to attack pretty quickly. The casting time on a lot of things has kind of been reduced, but yeah, Arithmetician is certainly a favorite still. So I think she's got, you know, kind of some super great options as this kind of like a damage dealer support kind of unit. So let's see, she's got a TMR as well, the Deity's Gown. A gown worn by Amnelis, crafted using an ancient technology from the world of Palladia. The clothing grants great magical power to the wearer. In Ardra, Amnelis is considered a celestial deity who stands above all kings and rulers. Of those who worship her, the most devout venerate everything that accrues to her, even her clothing. So she's got her Deity's Gown. It'll give you a flat set of 6 defense, 12 spirit, 357 hit hitch points for getting hitched, or just hit points for being hit. All right, Call of the Deity is an ability that will fill a portion of the evocation gauge, which is a little odd. Yeah, that is a bit odd. I mean, maybe you put this on Terra or somebody who is obsessed with the evocation gauge. I don't know. Dude, not my job to tell you what to put it on, so figure that out. And then, yeah, let's take a look at it real quick. Oh, she's so calm. That might even be like one of my favorite things about her personality. I think maybe I can relate is, she kind of goes through everything so calmly and really rationally, and she made her choice, and Gilgamesh stood by, and like while she did, and basically, you know, she did the best thing like for their cause, which was really kind of to stall the wedding and give him a little bit more time and hope that he'll be able to figure it out. And I think what I like about them, in opposed to Sadali and Exia, well, I mean, come on, it's Sadali, but is that, yeah, they have one goal, and they're both fully committed to each other, being committed to that goal, if that makes sense. Like, they are partners in this duty, and like the end goal is like, yeah, defeating the Realm Scourge and like saving the world, and then like secondary goal, of course, is like finding their way back to Palladia. But like in the meantime, they're gonna do everything they can, and I think, like, you know, you contrast that with Sadali and Exia, and I can't really speak for Exia because I don't feel like she's been fully apprised of the situation in a very fair way. But like, you know, Sadali is just like, he's all emotion and he's all about Exia, and so he's kind of like passionately wrapped up in her and in like saving her in like this like terrible Groundhog's Day kind of situation, or really what I like to compare it to is Time Machine, that book, and movies. There's so many movies, but just like, yeah, that idea where he becomes obsessed with saving her and like completely loses himself in that, and really just kind of has to accept like maybe this is just like this is destiny. But instead, like, he just lets it ruin him. And so I think what I respect about Gilgamesh and Amnelis is that like they can just set personal stuff aside and like focus on duty. And I think they do a really good job of that. So I've got a lot of respect for her and her calmness, I think, is what I was trying to say. The limit burst in general, though, in case you were wondering, will lower the spirit of targets within range for 3 turns, and then deal large AoE damage based on her magic stats. So as you can see, there's a little map there with some range and some height. So figure out if you want to use that. She can use it once. It costs 69 AP, which is quite a significant cost, but there you have it if you want it. And I don't know if you can tell from this picture, but she can float, man. Like, that's kind of like a blast from the past when it comes to Final Fantasy characters. Makes me wonder, like, does she come from a land where like Quake was a major spell? Was that like super popular? Because I remember in early Final Fantasies, float was so great when you got float, because you could just throw that on when you're going up against your Earth boss and they hit Quake and you're just like, sorry, can't hit me, I'm floating. So yeah, she hails from an earlier day. Not sure what that's, you know, doing for her here, but then I've also seen her, I think I've seen her like walking on the ground too. And it makes me think, I don't know if any of you guys have been to Disneyland or Walt Disney World and gone on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, but there's this one part of the ride that you go through when you're on your little boat, and you know, it's like, I think like as the pirates are just like, yo ho, a pirate's life for me, and they're all drinking their rum and then yo ho, and then like you go under this beam and like look up, and there's like the dirtiest pirate foot you've ever seen. Like, because there's like a pirate like sitting above you, like it was gross, dirty pirate foot, hanging alongside the beam that you go under, and it's so disgusting. In fact, next time you go on that ride, instead of like looking at your child like and their eyes sparkling, or maybe they're like kind of cowering in fear a little bit because pirates are scary. No, you're going to be thinking of me, and you're going to be looking up at that dirty pirate foot. So, hey, you're welcome for that. Cheers. But point being, she doesn't wear shoes, and so I'm thinking like either she's got really dirty feet or she's just floating all the time. So that's a lot of floating. But anyway, I'm not really sure what the condition of her feet is. Maybe we'll find out in a future episode. I don't know. Again, she's a little tied up right now, if you know what I mean. So I don't know if we'll ever know. Anyway, those are just things to think about. I don't know. There's 1,000 of you out there, so maybe 1% of you or 10 people, because we did that math, remember? We'll have something to say about that. All right, cool. All right. So, what are some things she can do? Actually, maybe that I wish I could. We could. How could I? What can we do? What can we look at? I guess we looked at everything we possibly can. I'll go back here for a second. But she can do some interesting things. She can remove re-raise. She's got that weirdo HP recovery thing. Like when she's at 70% hit points and she gets like hit and like she can recover it or something. I don't know. She can use like disable on people. She's got magic barriers. So yeah, Celeste, what do you think about this? Do you think like maybe she might be like a good friend for you? I mean, possibly, right? Oh, Celeste, you're so hard to read, man. Other than that, yeah, she's got like, which I actually really love this about Celeste, is that she has runic, which is like a total callback to her character in Final Fantasy VI, and like something special that she had. And so I think that like one of the cool things that Amnelis does is like she's able to like seal the reaction ability of your opponent for 3 turns. And that's kind of neat because like kind of goes hand in hand with her sealing the Realm Scourge. But yeah, other than that, like I don't know if I'd run Scholar or Arithmetician or what, because like Law of Geo is so great. She attacks and she gains hit points back. Like being able to like remove buffs and like do things like she's like kind of has like a weird like courage-ish thing attached to one of her support skills. It's like one of those like can survive fiddle damages, but it's like built in, so she doesn't know how to proc it even. So that's kind of neat too. One of my favorite Arithmetician reaction abilities is damage distribution, because you like kind of gain some hit points back, and that's always fun. But she also has a funny one called Hour of the Sloth, which I think is an awesome name. But that means it's like she'll just like inflict like sleep or slow on you and attack her. But I mean the name is pretty great. I can't get around that. So anyway, like I'm pretty excited about her, and I would love to get her. I haven't been able to get her yet, but I've only done a couple pulls, and like I'm not sure how far I'll go because I'm a little bit worried about whether or not like spoiler alert, Valentine's Day Miranda is gonna drop, and she's adorable. But I'll do like one little summon with you just because there's like 1,000 of you out there just like waiting to see if I get her. So I'll just do one. Go in there and do it. And we'll see what happens. But anyway, yeah, generally, as always, thanks for hanging out and talking about these units and everything with me. And what else do you do? I don't know. You say funny things in the comments and things like that. And I don't know about that, but yeah. Oh, all in. All right, cool. Yeah. You're a pretty cool bunch of people. I will say that much. But yeah, if 10 of you would like, I guess let's do one more. If 10 of you would like to apply to Grayskull, I can probably get 4 of you in. So hey, first come, first serve, and things like that, right? Right. Okay, after this I'm stopping because happy hour is not a good time to do pulls. Telling you that much. Alright. But congrats to you and good luck to you if you are pulling Amnelis. And that, in fact, I didn't even tell you. Is she cool to pull? Yes, she's so cool to pull. Alright, I didn't pull her, but she's really cool to pull. So, good luck to you. Oh, man. Oh, shoot. I'm at 80%. I should probably finish this. Dang it. Man, this is why you don't do this during happy hour. Alright, so yeah, is she cool to pull? She's cool to pull. See? I'm trying to pull her. And I hope y'all are able to get her, because I think she'll be a pretty good addition, like, to water in general. Like, Celeste is a fantastic water tank, and I think, like, just giving a little bit of support along the way, and if you're able to grab Perrine, then that's going to be a fantastic team for you. And let's see who we get. Let's see who we get on our pity pool. At least we're going to get a UR. It might be somebody funny. I tend to get funny people. Otherwise, after this, I'm going to go continue to save for, hey, spoiler alert, Reagan. Reagan is my next target that I'm, like, super, super psyched and stoked about. So we shall see what happens there. Oh, man, I hate you, Stern. You're the worst. Ugh. Oh, man. Well, that's fine. I like pulling with y'all. It's a little bit more funner than when I pull by myself. So, anyway. But still, Stern, man. And, oh, Rob Horn, why? Alright, well, that's fine, because actually my main plan here was to get some, I already did, like, the summon where you can get 800 mind spheres and things like that, so I'm just kind of collecting her shards, and I feel like at some point, since she's regular pull, she'll show up, and, like, we'll hang out and things like that, so now I'll be ready for her when she does. So good luck to you, and I'll see you on my guild. Right. So yeah, things like that, and yeah, come on, so let's say goodbye. All right, yeah, well, cheers.